What's up, YouTube? So we're going to talk about the AM session entry models and the ones I like to use. What's up, YouTube? So in this video, we'll be covering AM session entry models and the one I use. So what I'm doing is the 9:30 open. That's what I'm going to display here. So as you can see, this would be a target and this would be a target, but we favor where the day is predestined to go. That's the target we select. So at 9:30, what you want to see is a Judah swing raid on one side. Once that happens, start looking for your daily draw, which is this blue line here, and using breakers and fair value gaps and order blocks to get on side. Now, when you have this type of setup, it's favorable if you can get an opening range gap. Like if you can get a clean opening range gap, that is preferable. It's not needed. And if you can be beneath opening price, that would be better. Now you don't need those, but those are some of the things that help me rule out a trade or pushing risk. And one thing too, if you guys can just leave a comment on how my content has helped you guys in your trading or it's developing you guys, just put it in the comments. I would like to know what you guys think. So before we get into if the day is bullish or bearish, the first thing you want to do is see what days of the week you're not trading and what days you are trading. If you guys want to become a premium member and see the days of the week that I'm using with these models, you guys can join. It's down below. If you guys want to just join for free access to the Discord, the link is down below. So this is what the premium members got here. As you can see, Friday, no trade NFP days. We're not looking for the model there. We're not pushing our edge. Thursday, the day before NFP, I put an X there because I'm not going to trade, but you can be there if you want, but I'm not trading. If you want a better bang for your buck, just don't even show up. Wednesday, I said this day is worth coming to. Tuesday, I said this day might be good. So there's nothing negative about these days. And Wednesday, not looking forward to pre-market. Okay, so when you have NFP weeks, you're allowed to trade Monday. So I kind of expect my model to be there. Tuesday and Wednesday, it's kind of iffy on a NFP week, but there's no reason why it wouldn't. You know what I mean? So these 3 days, we look to engage, and we did capitalize on these days the most. So looking at Monday's trading, I said not looking forward to pre-market, but 9:30 still did its job. I don't trade before that really, and I just focus really on the 9:30. But as you can see here, we have a sell side liquidity pool to the downside. We are currently above opening price, and we had another run on buy side here. So this is really a premium. And another confluence on why price would go to the downside is if you have a opening range gap down there. So as you can see, we have an opening range gap, and those usually get filled, especially to the 50%. So you can already expect this liquidity pool to be engaged. So dropping down to your 1 minute, you can see we engage those highs here, and then we shift lower. So now we're using this as a breaker entry to the downside in the window of 9:30 to 10. Those are like some real quality setups right there. Anything after that, there's a time and place for it. So this position yields you about 3.8 R. So that's really good. And if you wanted to target the midnight opening price, that should yield you around 5 to 6 R. So this is a really good trade. And this happened on Monday. So 1 day of the week out of 5, the model was there for Monday. And let's check out Tuesday. So here's Tuesday's trading. And my words for Tuesday was this day might be good. So we arrive. As you can see, 9:30 has a Judah swing, which is a manipulation move, before running higher, which was the real trade you wanted to take. And my bad if you hear my dogs in the background. So as you can see, price engaged on sell side here. We have a nice little target here. And my first position that I got in that I lost, It wasn't because I was offside. It was because my stop loss was a little bit too tight. I got in here. Stop loss was like here, and I got tagged, but I was aiming all the way up here. So I was looking at 7R. I did take a stop out here, and I did get back in over here. And then I walked away with like 4R, so 3.8R, and it was a good trade. So looking at the model, you can see sell side was ran, we shift higher, and out of the two fair value gaps, we always pick the first one. And let me know in the comments, what entry model do you see in here for you? Which PD rate are you guys taking? The fair value gap, the order block, the CE, or the breaker? So looking at Wednesday's trading, it's kind of set up like Tuesday's trading. And my words for Wednesday for the premium was, this day is worth coming to. So as you can see, we have a run on stops. This is an opportunity to become a buyer. We have a nice liquidity pool up here that we can target. And then we have another good draw, which is a SIBI, a higher time frame SIBI. Let's say you entered off the order block. The R in this trade would be 2.5R to the first draw. And then the second draw would be a 5.5R. So Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, if you used the logic of my model, which is based off the one setup for life, you would have had some good trades here. And one thing I want to know in the comments too, how has my content and my model helped you guys for the public? All right, so this is a live example of what I'm talking about. And if you have to go back to the 5 minute to remember those levels, I would do so. But this is how I use time and price, okay? So we have that opening bell. The first thing I'm noticing is that sell side liquidity pool under us. Now, I don't know for a fact it's going to be engaged, but at this moment, you kind of have to tell yourself, like, you know, I'm not willing to long above that. So as you can see, price is reaching there, right? At this moment, you might be like, well, what if price doesn't want to go up to the highs? You know, it's fine. You just have to trust what it is that you see occur and have standards. So there's what I'm identifying as a Judah swing after 9:30. Just like all the examples I showed. As you can see, we have that little liquidity pool above us at 25,800. Punched an order off the inversion fair value gap. Now, if I had my stop a little bit wider, this would have been a good trade. But as you can see, there's the first stop out. So at this moment, I'm not thinking, oh, I'm wrong. I'm literally thinking, you know what? I need a shift now before I even get in there. And if I can get a fair value gap, that would be ideal. But at this moment, I'm seeing we're in a deep discount. We're under 8:30, we're under 7:30, we're under midnight open. And we just rated sell side, and I'm already bullish. So now we shifted. So I'm copying this out and putting it for the premium members. As you can see, we have a bullish fair value gap. We have two of them, right? So which one do you pick? You always pick the first one. You never pick the second one. Okay? And that's not financial advice. That's just my experience that I'm giving to myself. So there's that window that I hunt my setups in. Copying that out, putting it into the Discord for the premium. I'm picking a more realistic level here. And at this moment, I already know I have the tiger by the tail. I just know it. I'm like, yes, I've seen this a million times. There's the CE. I know exactly what I'm looking for. So now we know that the opening range gap is above us. It doesn't get more stronger than that. Okay? And one thing too, when you're ever in this situation, you always want to check correlated assets. So where's ES at this moment? Is it above those highs? As you can see, ES is above those highs, right? So that means NQ is destined to get there. It's like X-ray vision. Marking out the fair value gap. And again, just let me know in the comments what you guys have learned from my content. And there goes the TP.